I'd just like to suggest one thing. Whenever we start over, whoever's not speaking should mute their mic.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Africa Federation Education Board Careers Roundtable, 3rd edition. Today we shall be discussing about vocational courses. I'm Sabira Muhammad Ali Sada and I will be your moderator for today. I'm a Teacher Skills Program Facilitator, Secretary of Africa Federation Women's Board, and Administrator of Husseini Madrasa in Mombasa. With us today, we have Brother Abbas Virji, Sister Narjis Yusuf Ali, Brother Muhammad Taki Okera, and Sis Zara Moladina, who are currently pursuing the vocational courses, and they will take us through the process of how they chose their routes and their experiences in their respective fields and challenges. With that, I would like to begin with asking our panelists to introduce themselves. So I would request the panelists to introduce themselves in this manner. I would like to know your name, where are you from, what course are you currently pursuing, what university or college are you attending, and why did you go for vocational courses instead of the regular undergraduate program? Can we start with Sister Zara Moledina, please? Zara? Sister Zara? Can you hear me? Okay, can we have Brother Abbas taking over?
Yeah, sure. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. I appreciate being given this opportunity here today to be part of the panelists in order to share my experience with you, to all the viewers who have joined with us today. I'd like to start off with introducing myself with a little bit of a background. My name is Abbas Naim Virji. I am from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, born and raised. I completed my A-level education in Dar es Salaam and moved here to Toronto, Canada in August 2017. I recently graduated with high honors for an advanced diploma in electronic engineering technology at Seneca College, which is based in Toronto, Canada. Um, I'm currently working as a hardware technician at a company called Integrated Transaction Control Systems. I'm part of the hardware support team. In a nutshell, our company deals with one card solutions. Our main clients being schools, universities, libraries, colleges all across North America, and a few clients all around the world. I'm also actively looking into applying to universities in order to be able to complete my studies. Well, not complete, but continue my studies and get a bachelor's in engineering. Um, in regards to why I chose college over university, there's a few advantages and disadvantages for the same. Um, in terms of the class size, to start off with, college is more of a class than a lecture hall. Whoever has been, I believe, our moderator has been through university, and she can confirm that in universities, the lecture halls are pretty big, 100, 200 students, ranging up to 500 sometimes. And you do not have that interaction with your lecturer. And sometimes you would even get guest lecturers whereby you'd only speak to them or rather meet them one time. And if you have any questions, it's after that lecture, if at all he has the time. When it comes to college, it's more of a 20, 25 people class. And I knew all my professors. My professors knew all of my professors knew me by my name, and obviously according to the timetable. But whenever I had to go meet them, if I had any questions, it was very easy. They're very responsive in emails. But not only that, that interaction between the teacher and the student in a class setting really allows the student to be able to explore and understand more effectively. Another thing would be the hands-on approach. College uh, has a lot of physical labs where you would be doing a lot of practical stuff. And I've always been a kinesthetic learner. So being able to physically actually build stuff or, experiment stuff has always fascinated me. Um, Also, another which might be a little out of context here, but once you are able to deal with the machinery or the equipment or the components physically, you actually know what you're dealing with rather than theoretically when it's more over just how it should be working or what you should be doing in order for it to work. It's always that assumption that it's going to be working. And being a practical world that it is, of course, theory will always guide you through it, but practicality wise, not everything works the way it's supposed to. So being able to actually deal with stuff and practically see how it works for me personally is was a big boost in choosing why I chose going to college over university. I know universities do have labs. It's not that they do not have labs, but it's more of a theoretical approach, especially in terms of the program that I was pursuing, that is electronic engineering. I have a couple of friends who go to university for either the same or a very similar program, and it's we have the same courses. When I mean courses, it's like the same subjects, but it's the level of practicality that they do is not the same. Um, Another thing is that once you deal with all of these equipments and components, when you go out in the field, when you're actually in the real world now that you have to look for a job And when you have dealt with all of these things, it becomes easier to adjust to the real world in terms of being able to use the equipment. And this, I think, really boosts your chance in getting an employment. Talking to my manager, as I said, I currently work. He himself is an advanced diploma graduate a couple of decades ago, and he knows exactly what was taught in school, and he knew that I have already dealt with all of this equipment, and we use this on a daily basis at work, from soldering to using different multimeters, oscilloscopes, and all that. You know, it's a little bit of a jargon, but um, I think that using it as a I don't personally speaking, I don't want to stop here. I've used it more of as a bridge towards a degree, and having a combination of the two would really help in the future.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I agree with you. When it comes to university level, we have many students in the class, and to get a special attention becomes a bit more difficult compared to having a smaller class. Okay, so moving on to Sister Narjis Yusuf Ali. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Nargis and I'm from Tanzania. And so currently I'm doing the course called the Advanced Culinary Arts Program at Capsicum Culinary Studio in Johannesburg, South Africa. And why I chose this path was because I really wanted to do something that I was passionate about, that later on that I wouldn't regret doing something that I didn't really enjoy doing. And also, I really wanted to do something that has more practical and theory in like mixed together. And that's why I thought this was the best thing to do. And also, I was it was a long journey, but because a lot of I was confused in between, and then I realized that my that cooking was a passion, and I really enjoyed like when I get into the kitchen and I start making some things and creating new things was very exciting for me, and I would like love every second of it, and you'd actually forget me in there, and you never know I was in there. Like it's the best time that like in my day, and um so that's when I realized that I loved cooking, and I went on Instagram and I checked capsicums page, and I really loved how they portrayed their school and what kind of courses they had and how they accommodate the children and the international students. So I was really fascinated, and then I heard they had an open day, and I went there and I got so excited. Like the feeling felt so surreal, honestly, because when I went to see the equipped kitchen and the cold room and the dry store and the teachers and like everything was really amazing. And the biggest push for me in here was my parents because they knew that, okay, she loves doing this, like, this is a good choice for her. And it's something that I can do anywhere around the world. And I feel like it was more practical for me to take that kind of choice. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Sister Narjis. Of course, being in the kitchen, especially when it comes to us ladies, it's one of the wonderful experiences because that's where we get to do a lot of experiments. So, moving on to Brother Muhammad Taki Okera, can you introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Kiokera and I'm from Tanzania. The current course that I'm doing right now is BE Level 4, Business Management basically, at Emerson in Islam. So why I chose business management is because of my interest since the beginning of Form 2. The main reason is because I discovered in myself that I have certain leadership skills and managerial skills that you can say that I can use in business. And main places that these things can be used is in business, and I had an interest always in business management also. Yeah.
Okay, so why did you go on for a vocational course instead of undergraduate?
Okay, so why I choose ABE as as this course is because basically the pathway for me was easy, and I was, since I finished Form 4, I was a Form 4 completion. I couldn't go forward with ABE with for A levels, so I said let me try a vocational course which I can do it in Dar only, and I can finish it off. Because basically when I researched more about the course of ABE, it what it told me is that basically if you finish all the levels that they have, you can basically progress to a master's degree in university. And they have certain progression skills and certain agreements, the ABE, that with certain universities, that makes it easy for me as a student to go directly with the qualifications that I have over here. So, for example, let's say if I finish my ABE level 4 diploma here in Dar es Salaam, I can start a year 2 or year 3, depending on the agreement by the ABE with the university that I'm going to select.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so that's as Brother Abbas also mentioned that it's a bridge to the undergraduate program. So it reduces a few years of your studying. It gives you an advantage, I guess, right?
Yes,
Okay, so moving on to Sister Zara Moledina.
yes,
Can you please introduce yourself?
yes, yes, yes,
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Zara Moledina. I'm from Moshi. I'm doing diploma in pharmaceutical science at Kilimanjaro School of Pharmacy. Why I chose this course, it's because it has always been my interest since a young age, and of course also a dream to come true. I stick on it because I wanted to explore more on it. Like whenever I used to see medicines, why is it made this way? Why is coated with colors? Why capsules are different? So that made me to have more interest in it. So in my O levels, I chose science subjects, and after my O levels, I decided to do A levels, and took a combination of PCB. Of course, it was hard to do A levels, but I never gave up because it always reminded me that I have to reach my goal, I have to achieve my goal. So I focused on it, and Alhamdulillah, everything went well. So after my A levels, I started searching for colleges which would have this course because I didn't want to stay home, uh, and I had to do it fast as soon as I can join. So then I got Kilimanjaro School of Pharmacy where I sent my application, and then I got selected there. That's it.
Oh, thank you so much. So moving on to that was a very warm introduction from you all. So let me go back to our brother Muhammad Taki. Can ABE lead into degree program after completion? What different pathways and specialization are available, especially since business is such a vast field? Sorry, we can't hear
yes.
you.
Okay, so for anyone, since ABE is a ABE basically is Association of Business
I guess there is an internet issue on his side. So let's move on to Brother Abbas. Um, can you let us know?
Yes.
Students love talking about prospects. So what are the prospects of for professionals with diploma in engineering fields? We hear that abroad there are a lot of more demand of diploma holders compared to even degree holders. Is that true?
I have not yet completed my degree, so I would not be able to share my comparison for the two. But being a advanced diploma holder at the moment, well, currently the situation is different with COVID-19. But I have talked to a few people who have completed the same course, and it's not very difficult to get a job. Um, there's obviously the chance of luck there, but again, as I mentioned earlier, with the aspect of being physically using the equipment that is going to be used in the field, and we have different courses subjects in school whereby we are given a gist of different equipment. So ranging from fiber optics to electricity, networking. So depending on whatever field you want to specialize in, it's fairly easy to adapt to that and grasp the use of different equipment. And being a diploma holder, it's more of having a job as a technician rather than as an engineer because you don't have your degree yet. So it's more of using the equipment in the field. So it's fairly easier to get a job. In my opinion, having that knowledge of the physical devices, um, as so again, as I said earlier, that it's not where I want to stop, but using that as a bridge towards the degree, getting a bachelor's in engineering, would carry more weight, in my opinion, again, than just directly getting an undergrad degree. That's because you have experienced what actually it is in the field, especially with I had a couple of co-op semesters, which are internship semesters here, and that break between college and university, which I am going through at the moment, you are working in the field. So it's easier to also navigate yourself to where you want to specialize in. Um, and have later on, once inshallah I complete my university, it should, in my opinion, boost my chances of getting employment because not only do I now have a degree, but I've also worked in the field, used different kinds of equipment, and I have the necessary knowledge in order to move forward.
I agree with you that having the practical knowledge, having to do a field work before you go ahead into the undergraduate has a benefit for it. Okay, so I move on to Sister Narjis Yusuf Ali. As we know that cooking, it can be learned, it can just be learned even when you're home. So what is the challenges when you took this unique pathway? What are the challenges you faced when you took it? Because cooking, everyone can say, okay, you can learn from home, and there are so many others who do it from home and with their experiences have moved forward. So when you wanted to go ahead and take this as a career path, were there any challenges you faced, and what were they?
Yes, of course, there were challenges. There's always challenges. First, the challenge was that the thing that I wanted to do was to take cooking into the next level. Because I believe that anyone can cook from home. No one is born a chef, but everyone learns cooking ever since they were born. And I really wanted to make that my domain and make it my skill and live and hone my skill into becoming a professional chef. So the challenges I got were, number one, that like people, when I would introduce what I'm doing, people would be like, okay, but it's just cooking. and and that was a big challenge for me, and because I would tell people, no, cooking is not, it shouldn't be seen the way it should be. It's not a woman's job, it's supposed to be everyone's job. And it's not like it's such a vast industry where anyone and any age, it's like it's so diverse, can get in and do cooking. And the second issue I had was when I joined the school, and then because we are only brought up with cooking the Indian way. And so when I went and they started teaching us the French way, and combining all of those was a big issue for me. But Alhamdulillah, with the grace of God, I was able to do it really well. So that was fun too.
So teaching different cuisines, right?
Yeah, yes,
So you get the option of learning different food, I can say.
yes.
I will make sure that once you're done, we should meet up and invite us for a dinner or lunch, right?
Yes, I also would like to open my own culinary school back in Dar es Salaam, so people get to know that cooking is not only a woman's job, but it should be for everyone.
Very true. Okay, so Zara, Sister Zara, I would like to ask you, people mostly know about pharmacists, but not much of the roles of the pharmaceutical technicians. Can you tell us a bit about those?
Yeah, sure. So I will just start with who is a pharmaceutical technician. Pharmaceutical technician is a licensed healthcare provider who performs pharmaceutical related functions under the supervision of a pharmacist. So the roles which a pharmaceutical technician play is that a pharmaceutical technician supplies medicine to the patient either on a prescription or over the counter. So the technician has to ensure that when he's supplying or dispensing the medicine to the patient, he's giving a proper instructions on how to use the medicine, how long he has to use the medicine, and if the medicine remains till the day he has already used, so he has to discard that medicine properly. Another role, I would say that a pharmaceutical technician assembles medicines for prescription. We see oftenly when the patients come on the to the window of the pharmacy, or maybe just a pharmacy with the doctor's prescription. So after reading the prescription, a pharmaceutical technician has to arrange the medicines for the patient. He has to label the medicines, just to write, okay, yeah, he has to take twice a day or thrice a day, how long he's going to take, and give those all instructions. Thirdly, I would like to say that a pharmaceutical technician supervises other pharmacy staff. They even play a role in producing medicines in hospitals and the pharmaceutical industry. I would just like to give my own example that within 2 years, we did pharmaceutical compounding. Pharmaceutical compounding is just combining, mixing, or altering ingredients to to create a medication that a patient needs. So there we learn how when a patient comes, that if he needs a different concentration of a medicine, how are we going to make it for him? So from the available medicine, we'll just calculate the concentration a patient needs, and then we provide it to him. So in compounding, we learn different kinds like of creams, ointment, paints, mouthwash, and etc. So all in all, pharmaceutical technician, they work in many different work environments, such as in community pharmacy, that is retail pharmacy, in pharmaceutical industry, in education and training. Just in my college, all my lecturers are pharmaceutical technicians, and they have just studied there, and they are teaching us. So these are some of the roles of pharmaceutical technician.
That's very interesting. So you have a lot of different field parts that you can take once you have completed your course.
Yeah, of course, especially during when it was COVID-19 and we couldn't go for the field practice, as it was a part of our module and we had to do it so we can get marks. So within our college, there is a industrial pharmaceutical unit where they do production of medicines. There is quality control when after making the medicines, they go for the test if it's pure, there is nothing impurity in it. So we had to go all through those sections, and Alhamdulillah, we learned a lot from it, which is not part of our study, but because we had to do field practice, so we went through it. So I'm hoping after my studies, if I go further, I'd like to do this.
That's very interesting. So this is a general question that I would like all of you to answer simultaneously. In today's time, with everything happening around the world, do you think students need to be skilled in more than one field so as to have better prospect of job opportunities at the end of their studies? Sister Nargis, can you begin with that?
Yes, definitely. Like I feel like every person should have a lot of skills at the end to be able to be more, I guess, more applicable to the thing, or they could do anything that's available at this kind of time. Like suppose learning different languages can give you a possibilities to work in different countries, and like so it gives, I think it's important because it gives a lot of opportunities and more, like it has more chances of falling back into something rather than focusing into one.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That instead of focusing into one thing, we get a lot of options ahead. Brother Abbas, could you share some light?
Yeah, sure. I'm no expert, but I can definitely share what has helped me through my studies and work life so far. Everyone has their unique strength, and you need to find it and capitalize on it. Personally speaking, I like building things and taking on challenges. For my graduation project, my group and I decided to build a drone, which was something way over the minimum requirements. And it was also beyond the expectations of our professors. Bearing in mind that had the drone not worked, I would not have graduated. I would have failed the semester and would have to repeat the semester. The professor advised us to go for a simpler project because he had never seen a drone being built for this particular project in his time in the college rather. This just made it, this just encouraged me more, and I was very adamant in doing it because in order for it to be called an accomplishment, I knew it had to be something significant. It was no walk in the park. We had sleepless nights. It was just during the COVID-19 situation, and we had to order parts from China, from US. We bought a few things locally. And with shipping delays, we were already back in our timeline. But it was a journey, and it taught us a lot. We were always constrained in terms of time because it had to be a 4-month project we were trying to pull off in 6 weeks. I still remember it was the Tuesday before the due date, which was on Friday. 4 days before it was due, it had not flown yet. And come the next day, we made a few changes. Wednesday morning, we flew the drone after working on it the whole night. And trust me, that feeling, I cannot express it. I was jumping all around. Half of the job was done. We still had a 5,000 report yet to start. So it was a few more sleepless nights, and we did it. We did it. It was difficult, but it taught us a lot in the process. When I showed this to my employer, he was very impressed, and probably why it boosted my chances in getting the job there. So going the extra mile definitely paid off. Another skill I would like to focus on is teamwork. Be it in your workplace or your school, you're always working in teams. So being able to communicate effectively is very important with your peers in the group or someone higher up in the chain. It's very important to be concise and precise at the same time, and this is what employers are looking for. At the end of my co-op report, well, I figured this out because after my co-op, we were given a review, and these points were mentioned being very important. Um, Not only teamwork but leadership as well. It's very important to be able to adapt to roles and when the opportunity comes up to lead the team. I personally have always tried to lead a team whenever possible, be it school or college projects in college or even at the workplace. I'm still fairly new, but I have always been up for it, and I'm currently leading a couple of projects at work. Um, at the end of the day, if you're doing something that you like doing, you're going to be good at it. And you're going to constantly try and work hard to be better by the day. So that should come naturally. For me, it has because I've been doing stuff that I like doing. Growing up as a kid, I used to really be fascinated by machines and how they work. I used to open up appliances at home saying I would fix them, but rendering them useless and dismantled at the end of the day. My mom is a witness. I have burst quite a few light bulbs at home, caused a couple of power outages, something I'm not very proud of, but well, we all start somewhere. And before I knew it, I was fixing mobile phones. I used to constantly break my phone by using parts from old phones or ordering them from China because they were cheap. And trying to open up my phone, see what needs to be fixed, and it was really good. And with the conducive environment that was provided to me by my family, it was really good in terms of steering my way towards my interest, which was in the field of electronics.
Thank you. That was a lot shared from you. Yes, I agree. When you're passionate about something, then obviously nothing can stop. So the challenge that came, it was an amazing challenge. And yes, going an extra mile always pays. So welcome back, Brother Muhammad Taki. We were just discussing um, about one of the general questions here. In today's time, with everything happening around the world, do you think students need to be skilled in more than one field so as to have better prospects of job opportunities at the end of their studies?
According to me personally, first of all, I'll say thank you for adding me back. And for personally, ABE, before you start your course, or let's say you finish the first level 3, then when you go on to level 4, there is a course that you do, which is called employability and self-development. Okay, in that they give you a layout of a certain types of skills that you need. Basically, these are general skills that every single occupation or every single business or every single person, whichever, irrespective of age, irrespective of your career choice, you will be using these skills anywhere else. So for example, some of them might be including problem solving skills, like how Brother Abbas said, when how he was leading a business, leading a team. There are certain challenges come, so the problem solving skills come in working together, communication, understanding of how the environment works. So yes, certain skills are there, which are basic. But if you are telling me to add, if you tell me, for example, I have an interest in sales and marketing. Basically, what other skills will I have? That is the way how that's the way why I chose ABE as my course of study.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Muhammad Taki. Sis Zara, could you share some light with this?
I think students should learn different skills like basic computer packages, leadership skills, entrepreneur skills, and social skills. Because as we go to see, there are some students after completing undergraduate program, they choose to undertake to further study straight away, perhaps following a bachelor degree or a master program, while others want to take a break from it and want to work on their field or maybe on something else. So I think learning about different skills can help them a good chance to do something else, because if you go to say that there is no guarantee that further study will land them a job the minute you graduate, so there is a good chance that will help them out and significantly improve their prospects. That's it.
Thank you. That's true. Uh, from my personal experience, yes, after my A levels, I went straight for my undergraduate program. So, and then, yes, I had to have different skills to have better job prospects when I came back, because it was not easy to straight away get a job, especially in a country like Tanzania, where there is
Yeah.
very less chance of fashion industry at that time when I graduated. So yes, it was, but having different skills obviously lended me a job in different positions that helped me grow into what you can see as I am today. Okay, so as we're coming towards, so yes, I would like to ask one more general question to all of you. During the course of your studies, you must have had challenges. So, what are the advice you would like to give to the incoming students to help sail their boat efficiently? Sister Nargis, can you?
My advice would be that people, like students, should really find something that they really love to do and go the traditional degree path. And they shouldn't be discouraged by people saying that what they want to do is not the right thing. They shouldn't be discouraged by that. And I feel like people or the students in Dar es Salaam should have more of an open mind to be able to accept new courses such as cooking and and photography, literally anything. But I feel like every student should have an open mind, and also they should have something that can be relevant until later on. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Sister Zara, can you?
Sorry, Sabira, but actually, when you were saying about the question, I had a bit of connection issue, so I couldn't hear properly. Can you repeat,
Okay.
please?
So, during the course of your studies, you must have had challenges. So, what advice would you like to give the incoming students to help sail their boat efficiently?
Okay. So most of the challenges I faced was during COVID-19, but then I would just advise them to try spending their free time or holidays volunteering, to be inquisitive, to know more on the field by reading the latest advancement or medical breakthrough that will help them more to overcome their challenge.
Thank you. Brother Abbas?
Um, I'm very close to my family, and prior to coming to Canada, I had never left their side for this long. Leaving Dar to come to Toronto was definitely a challenge, but with their support, I was able to accomplish it. and never does day go by without me speaking to them. Being far from family is going to be a challenge for every international student. So my advice would be to keep in touch with them as often as possible. I was lucky enough that I have cousins here in Canada, so I have a home that is away from home. Student life has its exciting moments, but it definitely has its challenges. Academic stress will sometimes overcome you, and you need. Personally, what helped me was having a very strong mindset. Being resilient and knowing what you have come here to achieve should steer you in the right direction. This goes without saying that having your trust in Allah should be is a key factor. Going to a new country with the pretense of having all the freedom in the world is not the right mindset. You're going to be making a lot of new friends when you go abroad. And there's an ayah in the Holy Quran whereby Allah mentions the company you keep defines you and your level of faith. Choose your friends wisely. This is very important because coming to a new country, again, on the pretense of having all the freedom that you have, um, it's very easy to steer away from the path of the righteous. So this is an ayah that I kept in mind at all times, well, whenever I could, and this helped me choose the right friends uh, in the new country. But I also have a lot of friends from back home, and it's a very good circle. It's friends that my parents know. So Alhamdulillah, that way I was lucky enough. Maybe not everyone would be. So choosing the right friends into a new country would be really important. Another thing would be just once again, you know what you have come to achieve that has a higher importance than any other diversions that you might come across. I'm not saying don't be studying 24/7. I do not do that. But you need to have your priorities set right. That's all I would say.
Thank you so much. Those were wonderful advices. So, Brother Muhammad Taki, can you share a few advices?
Yes. Yeah, so my advice will be basically, ABE is a course that is stretched out in according to certain levels. And it's not a must that if whichever college you go to here in Islam that provides this college, that provides this qualification of ABE, mainly the way how I know is immersion education, FBTC, and power computers. These are the three main ones that I know of in Islam. Basically, they don't give you the how shall I frame this answer? They will give you, if you want to take all the syllabus, all the courses in one time. So basically in level 3 there is 3 papers, level 4 there is 4 papers, foundation diploma, and then level 4 foundation, then there is diploma, there is another 4 levels. The main challenge comes here is in the Islam, as we know, most of us have free times. I'm done with school. So what my choice is that I said, let me try getting also work experience at the same time. So it will give you a struggle if you are taking all 4 papers at the same time, because you don't know what time the college or what time the center that you're studying in will keep that place, will keep the timetable for you, and it might clash with your work if you are working full time. That is one very big challenge that anyone can face. Another thing is that anyone trying to take the course of ABE should first, at least I will suggest personally, go meet a career counselor. Know at least internally what are your interests. I know in our community here in the Islam, we are blessed with many prominent career counselors. They can help you a lot, like they may help me, I will say personally. Because my interest was basically, first it was jumping, I can say. It was shifting from place to place. First, I say business management, Then I say accounting, but then I saw accounting is an issue for me. So I said, so that's why the challenge is that they will have to know what their end goal is and try to at least meet a career counselor. If they meet a career counselor, then they will know, then the career counselor will be able to provide them with the perfect resolution or perfect solution to their problems. And another thing is understanding of the course of ABE. ABE is in detail, is brief mainly, I can say. It is divided, yes, it is divided into different places, but it is brief. So it doesn't give you in detail. That's why this course, if you finish level 4, ABE level 4 or level 5, you can top up with any, if the college or the progression route allows you with, if ABE qualifications, they are, if the college accepts ABE qualifications, then you can go quickly, easily. And biggest challenge is if your marks are a little bit low and the standard of the college doesn't accept, then it can be an issue in getting acceptance with other courses once you go ahead. So I feel these three are main challenges: understanding what your understanding of the course, knowing what the student's end goal is, what their goal is, end goal, and college timings only. So these three are the best. These three are the challenges that I face mainly.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Muhammad Taqib. Okay, so we have a question from the viewer for all of you. If you could share some light on this. They would like to know, how did the application process, how was the application process for the courses that you took? So, Sister Zara, could you begin with the...
Yeah, sure. So the application process as for the Kilimanjaro School of Pharmacy was not online that time. So I had to go and take it personally, the form, and then fill it and then take it back to them. But then they have some instructions on it. So once you are selected, you have to send a verification fee on a number and just specify that okay, it's Zara Moledina, and this is the code number from either you're sent through M-Pesa or Airtel Money, anything, and then they just select you and confirm your name in that. So as long as if you don't do that, do not consider you as a part of their selection, and at the end of the day, what comes out is that people go there and complain that students are being selected, their children are being selected, but their names are not there. But the only problem is it's because of the verification fee, which we have to send them, and they confirm that okay, you're selected for this course. So that was the main thing.
Is there any special qualification you need for application?
No, they just need your O-level certificate to see your grades, and if A-level certificate was not that must, so more than that was nothing.
Okay, thank you. Brother Abbas, could you help us with the application process?
So I didn't only apply to Seneca College. I applied to a couple other universities. At that time, I was still figuring out whether I want to go with the route that I did end up with. So I had applied to University of Cape Town in South Africa. I had applied to Rochester Institute of Technology as well as Seneca College. All the three applications were fairly straightforward, with the conventional, normal application forms that you have to fill out. We had to write short essays about personal essays, why this college, and so on and so forth. In regards to Seneca College, I had the help of a brother called Ali Sachu, who actually runs a company here called Fasti Education. He helps students specifically from East Africa who are looking into coming to Canada and going through colleges in particular and bridging it to universities. He was a good help, and the application process for all three was fairly straightforward.
Was the application process available online, or was
Yes,
it...
for all three, it was available online.
Thank you. Sister Nargis, how was your application process?
My application process went on for so long because I always wanted to get in. So it started from 6 months before, and I went for the February intake. So my application process, the culinary school requires like a merit in A levels, and you needed to be 18 years of age, and you needed to have a really good grade in math too. So that's the requirements. And the other thing is that um uh so and also I'm sorry, and also it's very fast, and the people at school, the student advisors contact you from the start of your application process until the end, where they always have your support, which was very nice for me. And and there was always communication with the school about any changes, and they had information given to me beforehand, so that was really nice too. And also, capsicum lecturers were really welcoming. So during orientation, that's when they really brought the students together and introduced themselves, and said how the year will go on. So yeah, that's it.
So for the application process, you had to do it, or you had to go there personally, or it was available online, or what? How was the beginning of the process?
Okay, so what happened was that you had to pay a registration fee when I went for an open day, and so and then you have to pay a little bit, a percentage of your fees to reserve your place there, and then from there, it pretty goes on just as easy as any other application process.
Okay. So you have to physically be there to.
Um, no, you don't. I just happen to be there, but it's available online too.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Brother Muhammad Taki. How was your application process? Your mic. Can you unmute?
So my application process was fairly easy because basically,
Your
yeah. So basically, my application process was fairly easy, I can say, simple, because the center that provides this, they have a certain criteria for accepting you into the center to study that course, and mainly it is easy, I can say, but the center requires at least a pass or a graduate from Form 4 to continue.
Okay. So with that, I would like to thank you all for taking out your time to share with us your experiences. I'm sure, I'm sure that our viewers have learned a lot today and understood the benefits of vocational courses. We wish you all the best in your career ahead. I thank the Africa Federation Media team, Brother Fazil Alishan, for relaying the webinar. And I thank you, the viewers. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as we did, and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us
Thank
such a
you.
good opportunity to share our story.
Thank you.